Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lisa and I'm crazy about perfumes. In this video, I'm going to talk about the winter perfumes in my collection. I'm living in Brisbane, Australia, and this is the start of our summer. But like my summer perfumes video, which I did in our winter, I thought it'd be fun to think about winter perfumes. I know I have some subscribers, some viewers from the Northern Hemisphere, and I've been seeing on social media that the snow has started, so it just gave me the nudge to think about what I would wear if I was in the Northern Hemisphere having winter, cold weather, or maybe if I was traveling north for a holiday. The first perfume on my winter list is Tresor by Lancome. This is a nostalgia repurchase and it was also a big love of mine. It's a unique bottle. I think this bottle is really stunning and really recognizable, and the color of the perfume itself is that lovely golden color, which is also a word that I use to describe the scent itself. In the winter, I would be seeking out eau de parfums or stronger in concentration, and I really like to wear warm, cozy scents. Tresor is a 1990 release. My mother used to wear this and I got my love of perfume from her. Tresor has notes of peach, rose, jasmine, and vanilla. This perfume is really quite a long-lasting perfume, and it was one of those that when she wore it, we could still smell it on her clothes even after they'd been washed. Let's give it a spray. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Wow. It's a little sweet, honeyed, and yes, it has that solo quality, which is how I associate the word golden with this perfume. It's incredible. It's warm. It's a little bit fruity. It's also described as an amber floral, and I think amber is also how we would describe those golden notes that I'm thinking of. Now, being that this perfume is about 33 years old, do we think that it's a bit dated? Is it wearable today? And I don't think that it's dated at all. I think that maybe it's a little heavy, and it certainly isn't that sweet candy type of perfume, which perfume houses, perfume manufacturers seem to think the younger generation will like, given the number of young targeted releases of that kind. I actually think it's quite an elegant perfume, and given that it's still selling today, I would put it in the similar category as Chanel No. 5, in that it is a bit of a classic, although not as classic as Chanel No. 5 is, and I think it's worth a sniff for anyone on their perfume journey. This is the 30 ml Eau de Parfum. If they sold it in a larger size, I would have been happy to buy it. At the time that I purchased it in store in Maya, they only had this size available. Next we have A La Rose by Maison Kurkdjian. This is a 70 ml Eau de Parfum. A La Rose I would describe as a musky citrus rose. I think it's quite an elegant rose, and It's quite long lasting. When I spray it on before I go to work, I still can smell it on me by the time I leave the office. So that's pretty good wear for perfume. A La Rose is a 2014 release, and it has notes of bergamot, Bulgarian rose, grass rose, and musk. This fragrance reminds me of being at a rose high tea. This is quite an elegant bottle, and one which is used throughout the MFK range for their feminine leaning fragrances of 70 ml. I quite like the stocky square shape, and it has the rose, you can see on the label there, the back label, or the back of the label. Let's give it a spray. So there's that citrus, and very quickly followed by the rose. Really quite lovely, quite a sophisticated fragrance is how I would describe A La Rose. I'm a big fan of rose. Rose has the largest representation in my collection, and yet there's always a rose. Another rose that I would find and love and add to my collection. And I would actually describe this perfume as a bit serious. Yeah, I think that might be the rose musk combination. Next we have Osmanthus by Aqua Department. This is a 100 ml eau de parfum and a big love of mine. Osmanthus is from Aqua Department's Signatures of the Sun range, and I definitely smell a solar note in this perfume. It evokes a feeling in me of warmth, of standing in the sunshine. It really is a stunning fragrance, and I've had it for a while, and that's not a very big dent, and it's because this fragrance is actually quite strong. It projects quite a fair bit, so the most that I've worn is 4 sprays at a time. Osmanthus has the notes of neroli, peony, and osmanthus. The Signatures of the Sun range can be identified by the black colors of the cap and the label. Let's give it a spray. Oh my goodness. So that's the initial almost bitter citrusiness, and I'll develop into this glorious warm sweetness. And I think that's why I love wearing this in the winter, because it does bring that warm feeling to me. Next we have Vanilla Square by Maison Tahite. This is a 100 ml eau de parfum. This is one of the few in my collection which I feel primarily belong in the winter season. It projects quite far in the initial spray, but it dies down and settles closer to the skin within an hour or so. I was searching for a vanilla fragrance as it got colder in the middle of the year here in Brisbane, and I had a very specific vanilla in mind, and this was the only one which I felt hit that brief. Vanilla Square is described as an amber vanilla fragrance. It has notes of vanilla flower, vanilla praline, and benzoin. And for me, I get notes of almond when I spray this perfume. Vanilla Square has turned out to be a bit challenging for me to wear. I have not yet worn this outside of my apartment. This for me would be perfect for snowy days. Let's give it a spray. Oof. And immediately there's that meringue smell, that powdery, sugary smell. And I've never been a gourmand leaning person, so I'm surprised that I just fixated on getting a vanilla. And it really is quite a lovely gourmand. It's sugary, sweet, and it almost tickles my nose a little bit. But yeah, I will need to make sure to at least try to wear it once outside of the apartment one day. And the last winter perfume I want to talk about is Ald Nectar by Lancôme. This is the 50 ml Eau de Parfum. So Ald Nectar got me back to Lancôme perfumes again. I hadn't been considering them for a very long time, so it's special in that respect. And this perfume really is a stunner. It's a dessert rose. It's got a popcorn note, a caramel note, and a bourbon vanilla note. So it's quite a rich, syrupy rose dessert kind of fragrance. Let's give it a spray. My gosh. Wow. It's sweet. That must be the rose. Compared to Vanilla Square, which is a sugary sweet. This is sweet in a different way. Really quite stunning. This one projects quite far as well. I have smelled this on other people walking around in Brisbane, and it does leave quite the scent trail. So I have been leaving this for days in the low 20 degrees Celsius and lower, and there's something really comforting about it. It's gourmand and comforting, and Lancôme describes this as a neo-gourmand perfume, and it's unique too with that popcorn note, and it's the only one that I know of that also uses that bourbon vanilla note. Spectacular. And here they are all together, my picks for winter perfumes, which are ambery, have a sunshine golden note, a little bit citrusy, the gourmands, beautiful stronger fragrances which bring with them a sense of comfort and of warmth. What about you? What are your picks for the winter? I'd love to hear what you're wearing if you're in a colder climate right now. Please let me know in the comments. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here. I'm hoping to reach 500 subscribers sometime soon. That will open up more options for me as a creator on YouTube, more ways to interact with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!